There has been a cat on my car. If I catch that cat around here, I'm gonna start popping them with gel. It doesn't hurt. That's why I use it. I don't want the cat on my car because they pee on it. Alright, it's actually pretty 55 degrees outside. And it finally thawed out that I think I could take these off. They were frozen on. So yeah, they actually come off now. I didn't want to break them, so I left them on. But it's nice enough. Well, let's get this dirty thing cleaned out. Gross. Oh, it's so dirty in here. I'm kind of embarrassed. But we've been doing some trips and traveling a bit, and it's just been collecting Ludo hair and dirt and dust, and oh, let's open them up. Oh. Oh, it's so dirty. Oh, so much to clean. So for this winter, I can't say I've been up to a whole lot. Cleaning the house, working, trying to plan my future. Oh my god, it's so gross. Remnants of my Happy Meal from the RV show. I like the box, I kept it, but I'm probably gonna throw it away. Overall, I've just basically, like I said, just been getting things prepared and ready to go. I've got the house pretty empty. Like, I'm gonna try to get it sold by spring and take whatever money I can and shove into savings until I figure out what I want to do next. One of my goals that I have been working on, that's been a pretty big letdown, is trying to get a camper. The camper thing has been an adventure for sure. I found, like I said, I really want to try to get an A-liner camper. It's lightweight, the Honda can pull it, and I don't think I'm going to tow it all over the United States, but I really want to do like work camping or certain adventures where I can stay longer term, and letting the really loud truck go by. But things like that I think would be great. So I've been invested in trying to get an A-liner camper, and I've gotten really close 3 times. The first one, I made the mistake of, I went to my bank to see about a loan. So I'm going to teach you guys about loans real quick. So I went to my bank to see about a loan. It's a bank that I've used to get my truck. Back when I had my truck, it's the same bank I used to get my car, the Element that I have now. So I figured I would use them to try to get this camper. And how they do it is they take out like a vehicle loan, but they're going to use the camper as like collateral. So in order for this to work, they need the camper that you're going to purchase, but they need not only the VIN number, they need you to get insurance on it first, the VIN number, and they need the seller to send you a copy front and back of the title, which I wasn't prepared for all this. I was just trying to see if I could get a loan for it, you know, because I have pretty good credit, you know, so I thought I could see just to make sure. And then if I could get a loan for it, I would reach out to the person and try to get this camper. Well, my mistake was I got overzealous. I jumped into it and all these things started popping up. Well, you have to get this. So I was like, oh shit. So I left the bank and I contacted the seller. He still had the camper and he was willing to work with me. But when I sent him the list of the stuff I needed, you know, a copy of VIN number, I need a copy of the title, I need this and this, the guy was like, whoa, you know, hold up, this is starting to sound pretty scammy. Which I honestly don't blame him. When I sold that blue car that used to belong to my ex, and the people, if they would have been like, well, before we come see it, can I get a copy of the title? I would be like, whoa, hang on 1 second. So yeah, anyway, sorry, loud motorcycle coming by. So like I can't blame them at all. It was beautiful. It was a Ranger 10 titanium. I don't really see those, so I got really sad when that didn't work out. But I can understand why. But this left an open loan like thing with my bank. Like it stays pending for like 30 days. So if I find another one, I would just have to go through the same process. So I'm like, all right, I know what to expect now and I know how to do this. So, you know, a few days later, I found another one. This one was, you know, close. It was an hour away, which is freaking fantastic. It was exactly what I was looking for. It was exactly 1 hour away. I have not seen one of those pop up in central United States, like right here, in ages. So I was like, this is it. This is perfect. I contacted them. They still had it. They sent me the VIN number. I contacted my bank. I gave them this information. I got the insurance and everything. All that was missing was a copy of the title. This was on a Thursday. So I talked to them and I was like, hey, I can come down Saturday, anytime Saturday to come see it. We chose noonish. So Thursday, I worked Friday, was going to go see it Saturday. So I was like, great. So we set up a date. I was going to be there by noon Saturday. And this could be it. This could be it. I was getting really excited, but try not to get excited because shit happens. Well, Friday in the middle of work, which was an awful day at work. Oh my God, it was so sad, so depressing. Anyway, so Friday, I get a text from him saying, hey, I know we had this plan, but I sold it to someone else. My heart sunk. I didn't realize I let myself get that excited about getting it because I keep telling myself things can happen. I really don't know what I'm doing. So just don't get excited. And I didn't think I was excited, but I think because work was really bad and stressful. I love my job. I really do. But there's certain days that are very stressful and some days that are very happy. And this was just a very stressful one. So I got really sad. And I was like, no. And I got really depressed. And then I start looking for more. And there's really not a whole lot out there. And then there's another one I applied for, but never heard back. So I was like, well, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought, especially because I think the one I'm looking for is so specific. Because as we know, the Honda Element has like a gross weight of like 3,000 or something like that, but the max towing is like 1,500. So that leaves you a very limited window where you can actually get a camper or something or tow. This Honda Element was not made for towing. It's better than some cars though. There's some cars you can't pull for anything, but if you do it right. So trust me, I've been doing research on this for probably like 2 years or so now. So I understand the weight capacity versus what you have in your car versus what you're towing versus what you're carrying overall. My car is very empty. As you can see, there's really nothing in here. I've stripped a lot out. As far as it does have the topper, which has weight up there. Not a lot, but I'm going to strip a lot of that out too. So we're really going to go limited on what we carry in this car. I'm going to put basic in here. The build I'm making is going to be very lightweight. I avoid the chairs that used to be in here, and I'm going to try to keep it somewhat similar in weight. I know that sounds weird, but trust me on this. I got this. It's going to work out. It's also a manual. That's better, right? So anyway, so the only ones in this car are just me and my dog. So that should help with weight too, right? Anyway, what was I saying? I got off track there. So yeah, so from what I understand, like a Scout Light would work. They also have like an A-liner light. I don't know. It's basically just a bed on wheels that pops up into like a little tent. It's super cute, but I want something a little bigger. I don't want to just tow a bed behind me. If I'm gonna do that, I have the Element, so I'm not worried about that. So you have a Scout Light, which the difference between a Scout Light is a Scout Light is like a Ranger 10. They're same size. They're 13 feet. They pop up the same size, but the Scout Light does not have the refrigerator, the furnace, the hot water heater, an outdoor shower. It's basic. It's just like a bed, a table. There's a counter with a sink, and you can get them with an air conditioning. So that's pretty much it. I'm particular on really wanting an air conditioning and a furnace. I've lived in my truck and I know what it's like to be cold and I know what it's like to be hot, and I am going to have Ludo, so I'm going to have a pet with me. I would love an outdoor shower, if not just for me, but for the dog, because the dog is very muddy. And if we go to places and he gets into some swamp water or something gross, I would like to be able to clean him off. I don't plan, like I said, on towing it everywhere. There's going to be plenty of times where I'm going to go on an adventure and I'm going to park it. I don't want to take it through the mountains if I can help it. Unless I get a job that's on one side or the other, then I'll just very carefully down gear my car and just we'll get there when we get there. I'm not going to rush it. I got distracted again. Oh yeah, so besides the Scout Light and the Ranger 10, the other options I've looked at is like the Burro, U-Haul, a Scamp. Those are all, you can get 13 footers. Even though the Scamp says it weighs anywhere between 12 to 14, the problem that I see with the Scamp and the Burro and the U-Haul is like an old camper they used to rent out, but they don't do it anymore, so you can get the camper trailer, U-Haul trailers for sale, and you can usually get them for a pretty good price, and they're super cute, and I would love to have one because they're freaking adorable, and I love that they're just a solid bean, like you're towing a jelly bean behind your car. The main reason I chose an A-liner over that to focus on so much is the fact that the A-liner folds flat, so it doesn't impede your visual while driving. Plus the car already gets horrible gas mileage, so it would be even less on wind resistance versus trying to tow like a Scamp or a Burro. The other reasons are because they are solid walls. I can see myself accidentally putting more in them than I mean to, like hanging things up on the shelves and decorating and doing this and that, because they don't have to take it down and fold it and move it, so it'll be solid. I'll hang things up and it'll be super cute and it'll be great. But then when it comes time to move it, I'll be like, oh crap, I put too much in it, and then I have to take everything down, and I can see me accidentally overloading those. Those are actually the two main reasons: the accidental overloading and the fact that I'm pulling a bean behind my car. My car already has horrible gas mileage. So the quest is continuing, and I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep trying. I really do have good credit. And when I sell the house, I plan on paying, I keep saying I'm going to pay it off, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think when I sell the house, I'm going to pay a good chunk of it to get it reasonably manageable. And then I'm just going to put the rest in the savings and just have it have automatic payments out of the savings. That way it can help build my credit, because I need to keep good credit, especially if I have to move or go somewhere, or if work becomes quiet in between, because the longer you don't work, your credit starts to get, starts to hamper your credit, I think, from what I understand. I'm still learning. Like, I've literally been doing so much research on credit scores, loans, financial this, financial that, credit that. Like, I've been doing a lot lately, and I don't know about you, but I have little interest in this stuff, so it's really hard to get it to stick in my head. So I've been rereading and reading and double reading, and I'm proud that I've learned what I have so far when it comes to this stuff. Overall, that's my goal. That's what I'm aiming towards. Like I said, the house hopefully can get on the market this spring, and I kept going back and forth on how to sell the house. I think I'm just gonna go easy. I'm just gonna get a realtor. I'm gonna let them take their cut, which is gonna hurt me a lot, but I'll get my money out of it. My ex can get his money out of it, and then that's it. That's done. I can move on with my life. I can start fresh, new beginnings, and all that fun stuff. And Ludo's getting antsy. He wants to get out, so I'm pretty sure once we get traveling, he's gonna love it. I'm gonna love it, and then eventually maybe we'll find somewhere we actually want to be. We'll see. I'd hope so. If not, maybe I'm not meant to settle anywhere. Maybe I'm just meant to travel and see things, and I'm okay with that too. I don't really know where I was going with this besides explaining about the camper situation and the big letdown I had. So that's something to be pre-warned. If you call your bank and they want to do a secured loan, they are going to want a copy of the title front and back. They're going to want to have proof of insurance, even though you don't own the vehicle yet. You don't own this vehicle yet, but this is what they want before you are approved for the loan. They won't pre-approve you, but that's what they want before they approve you for the loan. So trying to work with a random stranger long distance, because there's no A-liner campers around here, and asking them for all this personal information, and everybody gets really sketchy. And then if you Google it and you're like, hey, is this sketch? 90% of the people on Google are like, oh, that sounds scammy, but it's not. Those are people who actually have never experienced it before. If you read the fine print and down in the comments, you'll eventually find one or two people who are like, no, this is not a scam, this is why it is. And it's because it's a secure loan. They're using the vehicle as collateral. So before they give you the money, they want to make sure the money they're giving you is worth the vehicle that they're taking as collateral. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to get to cleaning this car, which is what I originally came out here for. And then I started talking. So this is just a whole lot of me talking. But let's get to cleaning this beast. It's messy. Not really sure why I clean my car sometimes. It's not spotless, but I consider this a pre-spring cleaning. Everything's been vacuumed. Got grass in my hair. Everything's been vacuumed, dusted off. I didn't wipe a whole lot down. Ludo's here. He's driving me crazy, so we're gonna go to the park. You can see the back. Well, okay, that's just stained, but I vacuumed it off really good. It looks a lot better, trust me. It totally does. I got a lot of the hair out temporarily. Now I got a lot of the hair in. you see? Well, okay, never mind. Just don't look. Just don't look. So it's a pre-spring cleaning. As it gets closer and warmer, we have 2 warm days, and it's supposed to snow, melt, be gross and wet again. So I basically just want to get all the hair out and a lot of the dust and dander that was in here. So I vacuumed everything, got the shop back out, and it worked really well. Everything looks a lot better. Still dirty, but a lot better. And then when it warms up again, I'm going to come out here and just wipe everything out because it's just like pre-winter dusty. Normally I wipe things out like once a week, sometimes once every other week, but I haven't done it in, well, probably about 2 months now. So it's definitely dirty. But I did clean it out and it looks a lot better and I feel a little more refreshed. So I'm going to take him to the dog park, get him out of my house. He's doing everything that he knows he shouldn't do, aka stealing shoes. I tried to brush him out and he was trying to eat the hairballs. He was stealing hairballs and running away with them. I don't like him to do that because I don't want him choking on hair. Last thing I need is an emergency appointment to cut a hairball out of your stomach. You're like, what, me? No, never. Never. He's such a derp. I love him though. Alright, me and the beast are going to the park. And I will see you on the next video.